OKFM 101.7.
Ora Koku Anyidoho, CEO Emma at a Mills Institute. Ini ni nkomo. Bra Koku, me chawa no pay.
Good morning, Kwame.
101.7.
Hello.
Nabako there.
Oh, Kwame. Adeo, you there?
Adeo. Ade like I know dey. Nabako there. Nabako there.
Nakupo don mami ho.
We. What there? Why a Deputy General Secretary of the NDC pen? Amanyom wadi ntintimai pa. Ebepim na ye kasei eya afafanto na ewin ye 1 month to elections eye NDC na ewin ye eye NPP na ewin ye per your dynamics where you sit as a political pundit, you know, then
yo Kwame me that's it. Mami church for no power. As is custom no there. Yeah, I said Abema Chediampo. And so now, yeah, starting Comodium. So, thank you very much. Well, Kwame, very interesting dynamic. As we speak this morning, Americans are going to the polls to elect a new president. Nobody take over from President Biden.
Now, interestingly, unse me ba akwara ketwa afen wonya 6 years no we American citizen by birth. Na unse ahowo no a wa mo the document se bia me pese me NDC ni pese me ye hwan ni pese me Republican pese me Democrat wa mo the document ka akwara ara ya wo no foforo no hu ena me busa ase na we ya mo de kam no so onyini a onya 18 years o say ye wo no say be man social security number
exactly
and I'm saying na ade we American we no say ye de kan ho the document onyini a nya afa no ba bagie enti onyini na wa fail the abre yen say ono of California which a Republican state enti onyini na wa fail say besa me say and so also kwa a Republican fail man ni ehun se kwara no onya 18 years but onya 18 years a o kan ye ho ana o Democrat ana bibisa ena wa mo to aba o mo send messages no me hu se me sin kan at random
yes
nti se bia early voting wo mo send ni bi enam si na America fu ekura ne we na early voting na me ko Philippe Manu na aka wasem sen
So, so in America and in Ghana, 2 vice presidents against former presidents. So very interesting comparison. Donald Trump, Professor Sabebium, and Kamala Harris, sitting vice president. Ghana, former President Mahama, Professor Sabebium, and Vice President Baumia, sitting vice president. So, interesting dynamics.
In America's history, obi wa be the president. Odi ye na odi 1 term. Odi 1 term wie na the next elections no was so san babiem what me succeed.
No. So Trump tried. Well, so Trump is trying again here. So he went his term, he won. Biden beat him in his re-election bid, and also a baby. It's interesting. It's an interesting dynamic in the U.S. I don't think that abandons happening. I'll have to check my facts. But say you beat you, okay, what's a baby? I'm not too sure. And so it's the same thing which is happening in Ghana. Yes, we've been seeing, especially since 92. Rollins 8 years. President Kufuor 8 years. Yeah, Papa Tamos 3.5 years. 4 years no crowd. And John Mahama so 4.5 years. Nanadu 8 years. So These are two presidents, former presidents, Ghana and America, struggling for re-election. And the dynamics are quite striking. Striking is and this is Koku Anyidoho speaking as a Ghanaian, as a nationalist, theologian, speaking my mind freely on issues. Kwame, I was listening to Donald Trump wrapping up closing remarks, quarter closing arguments. Now, the level of attempted are not Trump a usual. The Papa John Muhammad usual word do Ghana Nanu STUPID.
Oh, but a quote from Bill Clinton. Is the economy stupid?
But when you say people are on social media posting stupid things, I don't say for Bill Clinton. Yeah, apart from your car,
okay.
The whole Koku Clinton. What it's about the economy, stupid. Subsequently, he went out and said again that people on social media posting stupid things. But
say no, any more posting is stupid. Nipa is stupid.
No problem. But it's the same people who are going to vote. It's the same people who are going to vote. And you need their vote.
Okay.
Both the stupid and the wise, you would need the vote. They're one by one vote. They say, "Be cousin answer for vote 10." And I say, "Be stupid for vote back." They guy will vote back. But Kwame, I saw the most recent Afro Barometer report, CDD for Afro Barometer report, almost released now on the 25th of October, 2024. Morning. On the 25th of October, 2024. And I'm releasing the Afro Barometer report. Do you know that religion and ethnicity are the least factors that voters are interested in? Say, baby, I will free and I will soon. And then in Ghana for the three key factors, according to the CDD 2024 Afro Barometer report. And then the buying character. The message, then some or the tuja. Any some now or the tuja now. Ochina fa hudi and sabi ochina faso edi beba. The vision of the candidates. This is what the CDD 2024 Afro Barometer report released on October 25th. It is only like last week. So, character, talking about the analysis going to the home stretch. The character, the attributes, personal attributes of the candidates has come up as a great indicator. Because, Kwame, 32 years of the fourth Republican dispensation. Yakopo Achen Pepepe, NDC 16, NPP 16. About the parliament, NDC, the current parliament, NDC 137, NPP 137. For the first time, the two political parties, NPP and NDC, have people of northern extraction as the flag bearers. So it tells you that Bibia and so now the question is the next level. Who is going to move the Republic of Ghana to the next level? It's not about NDC, it's not about NPP. It's now about the personality, the character, the attributes, and the vision of that person. And that is where
I'm on for see economy no one of the year and also come to play.
You see, when people talk about the economy, as if Kwame, the economy is in isolation. What is the economy? What is the economy? The economy is basically controlling the factors of what do you call it? Demand and supply and production, revenue accumulation, and how you disperse the revenue.
Cost of living.
Exactly. That is the economy. So when you isolate the economy, after the economy has to do with only physical cash. Even the physical cash, how do we generate the physical cash? The physical cash is generated because there are some factors of production in place. There are factors of revenue accumulation in place. There are factors of expenditure in place. All that factors into our money supply, the inflation, whatever. So if you say economy, what are you talking about? And so somebody is saying that my whole concept of the economy. And Kwame, I was sad when over the weekend, and this one, I won't mention this, but I was sad. I met some people, some influential people, and for them, we're having the discussion. Na Koku Anyidoho be conference be kon say na so mo de mon kan me say na be siko. And for them, almost suru ba umia. And I'm saying na mo suru ba umia. Almost ya kan ukre. So the digitalization come out here won. Akwano ejai e ma no be sa digitalization e ba emboy. And I'm saying why. Osimini say why we say Ghana nyama pi nyadwuma wa Ghana eno aneja ye de hwe how far now with digitalization bibi obefa bia na computer ehwehwe wo nyama mu, so we cannot continue to make the astronomical profits that we used to make. We can't continue to circumvent the system like we used to do. And I'm saying, so that is your worry. I'm saying, Charlie, how for do? I'm saying, come on. For how long? Kwame, abroche na ye fe. And you say, oh, yeah, no. And you say, unemployment is no. Which country kills more than America in terms of loose gun laws? We better to know Koku Power Church, or Koku Power Social Center, shopping mall. But that is America for you. Which country has more knife deaths than the UK? Who has it more than the UK? But the UK. But why are we happy about those countries? Because at least there are some basic systems in place. Systems in place. So there's poverty, there's unemployment, there's strike, there's union movement, but there are some systems in place. Every now can America, right from the birth, even your political party is designated until you are old enough to change that designation. Yeah, they are too also. Kwame, why do we think that Ghana must not also move into a level where we have some systems working? And what are the systems? Somebody is saying that the way forward is digitalization. And then they buy it. But the idea you do or you are saying more. And one you are saying yesterday, my neighbor said he was speaking to his in-laws, pro-NDC people. But the mother-in-law, the father-in-law said they will vote for Baumia because they said they can identify with some policies that he's introducing. Kwame, I'm a Ghanaian. I have children. Let me not mean the computer nasia. So what we are saying is that it is policies, and that is what the CDD Afro Barometer report is saying, that majority of people don't care about ethnicity, they don't care about religion. They are looking at the character, the message, and the policies, and the consistency in the policy. As I speak to you, I've heard Dr. Baumia say that on Thursday, 7th November, I hear Mimi Yaudida 4 years ago now, my back small girl. Okay, baby, 7th November, but I will remember 7th November positively going forward. If Dr. Baumia stays true to the pledge he made 2 days ago, he said on 7th November, Thursday, he's now going to officially launch the Ghana credit scoring system. Credit scoring system, they say, I know you're not covered. The group of young credit card no use. You free Ghana boom your car. You keep a physical cash. $100 bill, $50 bill, not a boy attached on the number. But you animal. You didn't say credit card and no use one.
Are you shops in Bebree, hotels in Bebree? Kaiser, And ansem wo me call Singapore.
Yeah.
Na me do hotel ho anaju. Na me do hotel ho no. Na me yes nka me yi sketch na o se bo mpacho yenye foreign currency and yenye currency anka hard currency. Na foreign currency na okuta no gisenka okosesa ba. Your designated point be abesesa. Na so what should I do? No so card wo ho. Nti no oje card no na oje me passport no of flash here ha. Na say they was no, they are prohibited.
In fact, as far back as 1998, when I was with Metropolitan and Allied Bank, working in the financial sector, me co-program we Wall Street, New York.
Yeah, Wall Street, New York.
Good. I had a program there to go and do some studying. Ghana in 98. So they booked my hotel.
Yeah, one year security exchange in Sani man.
Good.
Yeah, I know.
So the Leos Hotel in Manhattan was booked for me here in Ghana. Eja me kona me start sika.
Media me kwa meda eyi wona meda West End.
Good. And then I arrived, got to the hotel, so I was carrying physical cash. This is 98 years, there about 99.
Wow.
But Kwame Mikodru, do you know that the hotel refused to accept cash? And I didn't have card. I didn't even understand the card system at the time. I had to call a friend of mine in Bronx to come and pick me from Manhattan using the train system to Bronx. I had to go and stay in Bronx because I didn't have a card and I was carrying cash. The hotel says you won't take cash. This is even way back in 98. It's Yakai. Kwame, moving forward, when we want to create these systems, now no madam for me maybe say watoka oko register car or DDLA. Oko no almost in the Ghana card way. Or see only. What me say we are sorry, without the Ghana card you can't register your vehicle. Or see what do you mean? Or see we are sorry. The way the system has been configured. Without your Ghana card, we cannot register the vehicle for you. Patapa. Almost a master patapa. Dimreche mu kope Ghana card brand Janya Oyen. I say obey Charlie, waiting the go. I say master, if I go do, and if I call your Ghana card, it's your call. He got his car documents, his registration. Almost linking Ghana card no to the driver's license. Now say call the car for so. Say a mau card.
But what to say? A man force you complain say I'm not sure o man Ghana card nya no be
I would say there enya dia e social. But I'm saying that we're talking about the economy. The next level is when we build these systems in place and it creates a fair amount of equity. And it's a binomo omubuefu say system no e babete omu profit no so because they can't circumvent the system the way they used to do it before. But on a broader scale, if we credit scoring comes and more people are credit rated and they're carrying credit cards and can now be able to live a decent life because of their personal credit rating. Not means for a piano for tutu, akokotwa panicho, say offer, Buamia said. So as for so when I hear my own presidential candidate reduce the conversation, say, in your mimekame. Come ke sito ke ni nenye sumo. It meaning ke digitalization battery. I cringe. Kwame, the woman who is doing the coming ke sito ke fish. Anyebia oye momo. Doesn't she benefit from digitalization? Oyuzu Uber. Doesn't she benefit from digitalization? E-pharmacy aben otirotinefi na onya edro through the e-ina. Doesn't she benefit from digitalization? And I was telling some NDC people Friday, you see, sorry. I was telling my NDC people that I feel sorry for our candidate. You know why? Instead of laughing at Dr. Baumia and the digitalization policy, if I was John Mahama or if I was doing communication for John Mahama, what will I do? Why? This whole digital revolution in the modern era, when did it start? It started under under President Rawlings. President J.J. Rawlings. The liberalization of the airways, when the Malaysians came and took over Ghana Telecom, And we started creating phone booths, com centers, space phone, normal phone, first one phone, no, as a weapon of mass distraction. You, John Mahama, you were communications minister or deputy communications minister under Salia or Slugabra. You became information minister. So instead of you to be laughing at Baumia's digitalization, you should be able to take center stage and stand on it and say, Mr. Baumia, what you are doing is only an upgrade of what we started some time ago. But you are refusing to communicate that effectively. And you are laughing at him. 2 days ago, he met some youth. He said, well, Ashanti region. And when you watch the whole thing, all the questions the youth were asking, they didn't say, Mr. Vice President, we are hungry, give us food. They were asking questions. Data is expensive. Interconnectivity is a bit slow. This. How do you intend to improve on these things for us to have a full benefit of your digitalization revolution? Kwame, that is the conversation. And so 4 weeks into an election, general election, a crucial one, when somebody has remained focused on policy and you are differing on your policy and you say you won't debate him at a public debate for us to understand your policies fully, Kwame, I can tell you that, look, the numbers, it's like Kamala Harris. It was only yesterday that Iowa polls, a very important state, put Kamala Harris on top. Because at the closing of campaign, and they said Trump is referring to Puerto Ricans and Hispanics as garbage.
Yeah, I'm
telling you, what did he attempt? So suddenly, just yesterday, Iowa put Kamala Harris at 47 and Trump at 44.
Emma, or see Oba, he has vowed to one more undocumented migrants. Over millions of them, Pam will be out American men who are winning paper.
Well, that is his policy on immigration. And those people also have relatives. Kwame, the number of Ghanaians who are living there like that, but are able to send something home. And then there are other people who have votes. So, of course, the whole issue of immigration is a major issue in this election today in America. But the point I'm making is that one day, just one day, in an election cycle, can change the dynamics of voting pattern. Women, 65 years and above, apparently, for the first time in America's recent history, the surge in women 65 years and above who have decided to go and vote for Kamala Harris has never been seen before in American history. And you, Trump, you are standing in your final closing remarks, and you are eulogizing your white Caucasian skin. I'm a white man. I love my white skin. I love my white skin.
No, I'm in Scotland.
Appeal to black voters. Will you be able to connect to the black voters? Kwame, the point I'm making is that communication is critical in every election cycle. So here in Ghana also the same thing. So if you are a former president and you are not connecting effectively and you want to continue to take pot shots at your opponent like Trump continues to do, always wanted to take pot shots at Kamala Harris, it gets to a time where the voter gets fatigued and they say, enough of the pot shots. Can you please tell us what you will do differently? But it's as simple as that. Kwame, so we still have 4 weeks into the general election, and there's time for people to change their narrative if they so wish. But if you want to continue on that tangent, it's up to you, because people are now tying their vote to policy. And I'm saying, Koku Anyidoho, go and check the recent CBD Afro Barometer report released on 25th November, just a week ago. If I'm lying, come and tell me I'm lying. That religion, ethnicity means nothing to majority of the voters. They are looking at character and message and policy. And that is why it ought to be. We must look at policy. Otherwise, ethnicity. Look, Kwame.
By the policy of 24-hour economy. Ebeba se adwuma no yebe empower industries. ne abanyuma ne ade ama baabi ti se passport office wobɛhwɛ na backlog no bebree wenum bɛba na wenum akɔ, thereby creating employment 3 times triple na adwuma ba ko
if the former president Mahama had agreed to go for the debate, the simple question that I will pass through the IEA is simple. Mr. President, we have been listening to your 24-hour policy. 8 hours, 8 hours, 8 hours. A simple question I want to ask you, sir. 8 hours, 8 hours, 8 hours. Thank you. So I go to work 8 hours. I close. Kwame Tikesia goes 8 hours. He closes. And then Isaac goes 8 hours. He closes. I want a simple answer. Are you dividing my salary into 3?
Daddy, but say we go 8 hours. Production will increase. Now,
so tell us how productivity will increase. Because if DVLA is working 24 hours and the car sales points are not connected to that same 24-hour psychology, who is buying the car at 1 a.m. to go and register at DVLA at 1 a.m.? So there must be a complete and comprehensive thread that runs through the whole, because already 24 hours. Why? The nightclub already operates 24 hours. So if you, a former president, come and say 24 hours about nightclubs and discotheques, you haven't told me anything new. The nightclubs operate at night anyway. Hospitals operate 24 hours. Doctors are on call. Even those days when we're using pagers, doctors were using pagers, they were on call. Police work 24 hours. I grew up in Bamaka way back in 79. Why? Soldiers go on night duty and guard duty. So which aspect, we're talking about production, I agree. Where are the factories that you are going to send the labor force to do the 8 hours, 8 hours, 8 hours? If you have the factories in place, and because if you create a 24-hour economy and the factories are not there, where are the people? So, DPL now, what? So the backlog 24 hours. So within, let's say, 6 months and 1 year, that backlog is eliminated. Then what happens to the 24-hour economy? So if there are backlogs, let us create a way where we can clear the backlog. And that is where somebody is putting in place systems where you can sit at home and not necessarily go to the DVLA office in the morning. So even at night in your home, you can use your app and do things. You can buy electricity. You can pay water with the app. Tomorrow morning, your things are connected. That is the 24-hour that we're talking about. It's already in existence. But we are creating 24 hours as if. So, please, friends, the okayfm. So this morning show that you are doing, you close in the morning and you go. Will there be another morning show in the afternoon? Will there be another morning show in the evening? Will there be another show at midnight? No. So let us have specificity as regards the 24-hour economy. Then we can buy into it, but it is just a general mantra. And you are throwing it, banding it around. Some of us say we are still not convinced that it is what is going to save this country. So 24-hour economy, so that solves all our unemployment problems ad infinitum, into eternity. No.
Okay.
It will not.
Mate.
It may help, but it will not.
It will not.
All we are saying, Kwame, is that 1 month into the next general election, I think that the only free advice I'll give my candidate of the NDC. Of course,
now what I see your candidate, because you have pictures be when honorable Mrekuduka MP for Takwa Nsayum and Osanye deputy Lance campaign din MPP.
Kwame, I'm happy you came there. Sagalam say issue now start here. And now it became a national issue. Why not? Almost say yen sionu. Yen jing to me empene. But a true baby and I yen you tak for. Almost taking very entrenched position said all small scale mining concessions. Yen revoke omo licenses. They say yen stop yen banning into omo trade. Even though organized labor pulled out, you tak for the chinchinia. Obi crab here, Professor Jampo, no they'll say we can go and bend the sea. You start going on strike, and okay, no problem. At Amos Institute, we are a responsible civil society organization. So I decided to link up with my coordinators in the Western region, specifically. So from Central region, just before Shama, we hit through Dadieso. Dadieso, Senchim, Ateku, then from there to Huni Valley, Takwa, Pristia, those areas. Kwame, what was I going to do? I was going to seek first-hand knowledge and education. It is Medu Takwame Koyuma, University of Mines and Technology, the only mining university in the whole of West Africa. I went to seek academic knowledge. Then I now went to some of the mining sites to see those who are doing responsible and irresponsible mining. Now, Mrekuduka is the MP for the constituency. It is Medu South Friday. Sena, our constituency. Also, a deputy minister in charge of that sector. Oti Semaba, I'm a Ghanaian, Palestinian, you are in my constituency. Is it possible for us to collaborate on this matter? Let me say, why not? I'm not here for politics. I'm just here to understand the issues. Kwame, now let me tell you one thing I discovered. One thing I discovered on that trip. Kwame, do you know that under the Minerals and Mining Act, under Minerals and Mining Law, Act 703 of 2006, Minerals and Mining Law, Act 703 of 2006, and I'll say the third time, Minerals and Mining Law, Act 703 of 2006, Section 17, subtitled Water Rights. You know what it says? The water rights says that in our constitution, that anybody who has a mining concession, in your mining activities and its ancillary activities, you can impound, stop, arrest, divert, reverse water sources and water bodies in your mining activities. Do we know that? Jampo, UTAC, do you know that? Media CSOs, do you know that? So when you are going, yes, the river bodies are being spoiled. We agree. We don't want it. It is killing us. It is creating kidney problems. Dialysis is expensive. But have we bothered to go to our parliament to know the law that underpins what is going on in those forests? So technically speaking and legally speaking, the people who are destroying the water bodies are operating according to our constitution, because the constitution allows them to destroy the water bodies. Kwame, that's where we are. Bagbin was minority leader at the time. Today he's speaker. So what is that parliament doing about that law? Kwame, that's why I was in Takwa. So I didn't go to campaign for NPP. I went to seek knowledge. I found knowledge. And this is where we are as a country. Let us go to the root of the matter and stop playing petty partisan politics with it. Otherwise, we are not going anywhere.
Koku Anyidoho.
Have a wonderful day, my brother. Thanks for the opportunity. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Koku Anyidoho. See you, Emma, at Amuse Institute. Any other K101.7.
OKFM 101.7.